Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, as the official nominees of their parties, are now able to receive classified national security briefings. These could begin any day.
So that if they were to win, they are not starting from scratch.
Such briefings are a tradition, but questions concerning whether the candidates are worthy of trust with some of the nation's most sensitive secrets are not.
On the one hand, you have a candidate who seems to say what he thinks as he thinks it without a filter.
And it's gotten out of control.
On the other hand, you have a candidate who has been publicly called out by the FBI director for being careless with classified information. We've never had a single candidate in any election like that, much less two at the same time.
David Priest, a former CIA official and author of a book on the presidential daily brief, The President's Book of Secrets, knows firsthand why high-level national security briefings, like those the president gets each morning, are so sensitive.
Sometimes there's information in there about the threats that we don't know about yet, about technologies being developed, or about situations being discussed in foreign capitals that aren't publicly known.
How is the president's daily brief different from the briefings the candidates will receive? The briefings for nominees don't disclose the details of current intelligence operations or the sources or methods of intelligence collection.
They're allowed some classified information, but they are not let into the deepest secrets because there's no real safety net.
The candidate who wins in November will get briefings that are upgraded to include more highly classified information. So, in other words, it's a more scrubbed-down version of the Presidential Daily Brief, or PDB, which is a document, now in digital form, that summarizes the latest intelligence gathered and analyzed by the country's vast national security infrastructure. The ground rules for who sees the PDB, how detailed it is, and how it's handled is determined by the president. For example, the first President Bush, a former CIA director,
instituted a rule for himself that the book would come in with a CIA briefer. It would be briefed to him. He would discuss it while looking at it. And then the briefer would take his copy right back to CIA headquarters. It would not be left behind.
It's also the president who decides the length, frequency, and content of the briefings for presidential nominees. The person in charge of the candidate briefings is the same one responsible for the Presidential Daily Brief, Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. Priest says the candidate briefings typically begin with a warning to the candidates about secrecy.
There is a very serious conversation about this is classified information. This derives from very sensitive sources.
And this year, the briefings come with an unusual public admonition from the president, presumably directed at the Republican candidate, Donald Trump in particular.
If they want to be president, they got to start acting like president, and that means being able to receive these briefings and not spread them around.